You gotta remember, McIntyre has felt the strap over the last few McIntyre has felt the strap over the last few weeks, huh, Cole? How would you know, Michael Cole? Were you in the room with him? Vintage Strappentire. When a 6'5" Scottish man feels a strap, you are going to tell the world about it. I guess you could call him Drew Strappentire. Oh, seriousness. Let's be serious. Even as we talk about a 6'5" Scottish man being strapped. Even if you felt it over the last few weeks. When you feel a strap for that long, you aren't going to be able to even sit on a frozen bag of peas for a week. I don't even know what the hell I'm on about. But anyway, I'm John Renton with my review of WWE Bash in Berlin 2024 from the Uber Arena in Berlin, Germany. And me oh my down the bayou, I'm sorry. Let's treat this show seriously. There was a man being strapped and commentary talked about him being strapped. Many men are being strapped, and the crowd cheers and the crowd roars for Strappentire. And CM Strap, CM Strap, CM Strap. Again, seriousness. Let's be serious. 17,000 seat capacity. They jammed that thing with about 13,500 people. I apologize for this review being delayed. I was at work and just got to it now. So, the post-show is just 2 hours, video packages, interviews, and stuff like that. Biggie was good in the clips that I saw. And that Rhea tattoo video, my God, Jesus, what a captivating beauty she is. So, Cole gave us a geography lesson. The fans were cheering him. Okay, cool, whatever. The arena looks great. The crowd was very, very live. Anybody that happens to be watching this that was there, hope you had a great time. I have no fucking idea what they were saying. I don't speak German. I really don't. Cole did mention that the fans, were camped out for a while. It's happening again. Don't worry, folks. I'll be mature from now on. So, recaps of, international events like Backlash and then the card rundown, and we're just rolling along. Owens gets a pretty good pop. The question is will we see the old KO, like the old Stone Cold? And Cody gets a pop and a sing-along. Naturally, you would expect Cody to be over, given that he is the face of the goddamn company, at approaching 40 years old. Age and mileage is going to be a problem in WWE, I just want to say that. So, Samantha Irvin is on a different goddamn level with how she's doing her introduction. She just puts her full force into it. She's fucking great. So, Cody against Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And it was fine. It was fine. The question was, would Cody's knee become an issue? Would it become a detriment? Would he be able to overcome it? Would he be able to be a one-legged man ass-kicking contest? It worked for Kerry Von Erich until about February of 93. But enough about that. We got to see flashes of the old Kevin Owens, but we didn't get to see the old Kevin Owens when it would have counted. So Cody did target like KO's knee at first, kind of make it even the odds. KO targeted the ribs after hitting a splash outside. That was nice. And Cody and Kevin Owens cut a good pace here. It's just my thing is I stand by everything I say about Cody, that he's good. He's not my personal favorite, but the crowds do fucking love him. And a rolling senton for 2. We get a reversal. We get a crossroads for 2. The Fisherman Buster off the top for 2. And then Cody did a halfway okay sell job, I think, trying to either go to a disaster kick or a Cody cutter or whatever. It's like, yeah, that I don't think that worked like they thought, but I'm not saying he's not beat up, but there's no way he was actually hurt. Owens then wouldn't attack the knee. You're in a fight for the WWE Championship, even if you feel like you don't deserve it. You got the shot. Go for the knee. Then he does, but he won't do the apron powerbomb. And Wade is even yelling at him to do it. And Wade's right. And this whole confliction, I don't want to injure the person that I'm in a fight with. I don't care if you're friends. It's like the Asprey MJF thing. Eventually, like, just hit it. I mean, he did, but my thing is if you're in a dogfight, if you're trying to win a match, win a title, win a big, get a big moment, who cares? But he wouldn't do it. A stunner for two crossroads, but then a reversal into a stunner, and the Swanton got stopped, and then a crossroads, 1, 2, 3. KO is turning soon, or something. He is turning soon because he had that look on his face. So, then we got the entrances of Jade and Bianca Belair. And holy shit, Isla looked great, and Alba looked great as well. And look, Jade looks like a star, Bianca is a star. And I'm not saying that Jade doesn't have that aura, but Bianca had to be the workhorse here. So, it was the match for the Women's Tag Team Championships after winning in a three-way, oh my, at Clash at the Castle. I think it was pretty obvious where they were going to go with this. And look, it was building to Bianca hot tagging Jade. And they did use her hair. They even tied her, Isla even tied her up at one point. It should have been me, but I digress. They built to, they even knocked Jade off the ring apron at one point, doing a nice tornado DDT. Alba did, and then eventually a hot tag to Jade. She did enough stuff to keep it simple, but also look halfway effective. She's still a project. But then we did get the knees and the German, and 1, 2, 3. So, new tag team champions, same as it ever was. Twice in a lifetime, twice in a run. They're no doubt going to drop them, I would say, by October, November, maybe December. They're splitting soon. They got to be splitting soon. Because I think we're getting Bianca versus Jade at WrestleMania. Because Bianca, if anybody can get something out of her, it's going to be Bianca. Bianca's going to get something out of Jade. So it was all right. It was this really was just a goddamn house show with a lively crowd. So then we get CM Punk, and Drew McIntyre making their entrances. Drew first. He gets a decent reaction. Punk gets a big reaction, as you would expect. And for the strap match, we have the red light special for Drew all through the night. And then we have the green for Punk. Green M Punk, green M Punk, green M Punk. Punk versus Drew in a strap match where, man, Drew McIntyre has felt the strap for the last few weeks. I'm trying so hard, but it's funny. I don't care. It's funny. So Drew attacks before the bell and beats the shit out of Punk for a bit, just strapping him repeatedly like, oh, you think I felt the strap for the last few weeks? I'll make you feel my strap for the last few weeks. Just two men strapping each other. Honestly, in some German shops, you would actually see this pretty often, or so I've heard. I've never been to Germany. But CM Punk chants a GTS and more strapping. Look, I like this match, and they laid the shit in. I didn't like the weapon usage. You had a weapon. You had the strap. You didn't... The chair, I guess I understood. They didn't need to do the table bump. I'm sorry. They just didn't need to do that. Punk was bleeding because of a headbutt. Chair corner bump, and then Punk goes through a table, which, I mean, I get it, but I don't really think there was a need to do that. But then again, they're probably building up to a Hell in a Cell. Punk basically would end up, chopping down Drew, but when Drew was vertical, he was beating down Punk, and then a sharpshooter. And, Drew was tapping, more like Drew Tappentire. I can't help it. And then a Claymore. But Drew just can't get it. He ends up getting hit with a GTS. And then Punk touches a couple corners, hits another GTS, touches another corner, and then gets the bracelet back after hitting another GTS, or right when he hit the GTS. A lot of stuff was happening. He touches the fourth corner and wins. So, okay, I thought they were going to go with a bit of a fluke finish. That was fairly scrappy. I don't want to say necessarily it was a dominant finish, but hey, at least Punk got his win back, and now we're going to get to Hell in a Cell. And I think Rollins could show up, but I think Rollins is so goddamn beat up, I don't think there's a point. Also, he's got to take care of Here Comes Bronson. So, not bad. Not bad. I don't know if it was great, but it had great moments to it. And then Sebastian Huckel talks about this being the highest grossing event in the history of history. Apparently Nick Goulas has traveled over to Germany. If you get it, you get it. So, Dominic and Liv make their entrance. Liv is not wearing much of anything and stuff. Thinking about it, Kier. I know you're thinking about it. You stop it. Get some goddamn help. Hey, Kier, did you notice that they were using 8K cameras during some of the entrances? 8K cameras make everything look crisp and bright. Isn't that right, Kier? Poor Kier. Such a nice guy. Stop thinking about Live Without Her Pants, Kier. Anyway, Terror Twins of Rhea and Rhea, please. It's impossible to focus with you not worrying much of anything either. But I'm mature and I can focus. So anyway, yeah, it's Rhea and Priest. The Terror Twins against Dom and Liv. Oh no. The Terror Twins knocking down something smaller. Sir, no, not going to say it. The heels basically had to hit and run and take advantage when they could, because when Priest and Rhea were vertical, they were beaten down, both of them. Priest did eventually get a tag to Rhea, and this was fine. This was well built. I mean, this is something you could have seen on Raw. The Germany crowd definitely helped. And then Rhea basically, just takes out Liv, beating her down, throttling her, pounding her down. Stop it, Kier. And just absolutely destroying her, dominating. Who would want Rhea to dominate them? It's me. It's me. It's me. And a lot of people. So then suddenly Judgment Day attacks. They must have shipped a JD overnight, and put a giant, safe on his head so he didn't damage it. I'm sorry. But he ends up basically taking a bump on the announcer's table, and I'm amazed that he didn't just go through the foundation. And then eventually a Riptide got hit on Liv. 1, 2, 3. Good pace, and you know what? They all did get some good stuff here. It was well worked. I'm not going to say it was a great event so far, but it was a worthwhile event for the crowd. So, Orton gets a sing-along entrance, and it's pretty popular. Gunther is very popular. And they are looking forward to seeing their adopted wrestler eradicate in order to implement the rest of it. You know what it is. But anyway, Sandra Hewler thankfully was not in attendance. I got to stop this eventually. But Gunther against Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, this was close to being a modern classic. There were moments that I really liked. There was a lot of it I liked. And then there was a point where it basically lost me. And I think you know where that is. So, Kaiser did do the entrance for Gunther. It starts slow. We get chops. We get Orton targeting Gunther's right arm after slamming him into the steps. And that was good. That was some good stuff. They were working the arm. Working it well. Gunther kept trying to hit it. Kept selling it. Yeah, okay, there are times where maybe stuff stops being sold. But with wrestling now, I mean, I think we can be happy with any selling. There was a superplex for 2 off the second rope, and honestly, I think Orton's going to take that out of his repertoire pretty soon. Gunther kept trying for the powerbomb. Kept trying. Eventually did hit it. I think that went a little bit too long. Just my opinion. RKO for 2. And then Orton took about 15 years to clear off the announcer's table, get the steps ready, and I know he was tired, and I imagine he was, and I know he was supposed to be selling the beating, and that's fine. There's a fine line. You could have at least done this a little bit quicker. Because I think this got to where I wasn't too happy, me personally. And eventually he does the backdrop on the announcer's table, but this time Gunther goes through it because he does it off the steps. And then eventually gets him back in. But we get another RKO. We get some good stuff here, but it's just that took me out of it. Yes, we got the sleeper, and it looked like Orton was going to hit another RKO, but Gunther, hit a chop to the back of his neck and locked on again, and then eventually choked him out and got the victory. Now that was good. And then we got to show respect and everything, and that was fine. That's Bash in Berlin right there. It wasn't a landmark show, but the crowd definitely helped. The crowd cheering for Gunther and whatever the hell they were saying. If anybody understands German and wants to let me know what the fuck some of the chants were, please let me know in the comments, as long as they're not dirty, because I don't want anybody getting banned. Yeah, Bash in Berlin was fine. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, Twitter handle in the description. I'm John Rickland, and I'm going to go see McIntyre get the strap for the last 3 weeks. Always delete your search history, and I'll see you soon.